What up, everybody? Welcome to Black Steez. All right, now today I want to hit y'all with this little quick video. Um, Basically, the culture that we are living in today, the way things are like, moving towards is making it seem like druggies are in. Like it's real fashionable to be a person that's like really cracked out on drugs. Um, Whatever kind of drugs they are. What's up, all props? Welcome to the stream. So I'm just gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna hit y'all with the top 5 reasons why you need to stop smoking weed. Because a lot of people, they're pushing for the legalization of weed. It's a lot of people that kind of accept it. And full disclaimer, before we even get into the reasons, like I don't want this to offend anybody. I don't want anybody to think that they gotta take this stuff to heart. Do whatever makes you happy at the end of the day. If you like smoking and you want to continue to smoke, then continue to smoke. You don't gotta do what I say, but if these reasons actually speak to you and they make sense to you, then maybe not smoking weed is something that you should probably like consider for yourself. So let's get into it. And these are in no particular order. It's just whatever they came off the top with the order they come in. Some of them might be more important than others, and maybe I'll stress one or two more than the others. But the first reason that you need to stop smoking weed, and the reason why you should stop smoking weed, is because weed is causing you to have a lack of motivation and ambition. And before I go any further, I just want to preface this all by saying I have smoked weed before. Like, people who know me in real life, they know about all the stuff that I've been into and I've gotten into in the past. I don't do that anymore. I do not smoke weed anymore. And it was really like probably one of the best decisions that I've made is to not smoke weed. And the reason being is because when you're high, it's real easy to be lazy, lack motivation, not do the things you need to do, and it's real easy to be complacent. Um, I know stoners and I know people, that you would call like a high functioning weed smoker, a high functioning drug addict, basically, where they feel as though even though they get up in their jobs and they get the things done that they think they need to get done, and as an adult, they think that it's okay and that the weed is not really negatively affecting them. But at the end of the day, while you're like high on any substance, is clouding your judgment to where coming complacent, maybe you don't even realize how complacent you are. And if you're somebody that smoked weed and has smoked weed for a very long time, it becomes harder and harder to step outside of your own perspective to really see how that shit is affecting you. Like, and people will just really like they'll dismiss this while they're high on the drug, and they won't actually take responsibility and really take a step back and look at the situation as a whole. And that's because you're high. Like that shit is affecting your motivation. People who smoke weed are not really go getters. They don't get up and do things. They definitely don't go the extra mile. And when you're smoking weed, it puts you in a zone where you feel comfortable not doing that. So that's one reason not to smoke weed, is because it makes you lack motivation. It makes you complacent. And that's I mean, if you want to do that, then that's up to you. All Prop said his cousin asked him why he smoked. He told him he likes it, but tells me what does it do for you, and he couldn't answer that. Yeah, I mean, it does different things for different people. So if you're smoking it for medicinal reasons, then this video is not for you, because weed does have some medicinal qualities to it. But the fact of the matter is most people don't smoke weed for medicinal qualities. At least nowadays, people just smoke to get high. They want to feel good. They want to escape whatever reality that they're living in. They want to put themselves at their minds at ease. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit too as well. But as far as the number one reason, that's my number one, like, not, and like I said, these aren't in any particular orders, but this is one that I want to point out as a big one, is because it really puts you in a place where you lack motivation. You get comfortable with your lifestyle, however your lifestyle is, and I think being comfortable is a killer to a lot of people. A lot of people could do much more in life if they weren't so comfortable, and they step outside of their comfort zone to do bigger things. So that's a big one for me. Another reason why you should stop smoking weed is because what are you really smoking? You don't know what you're really smoking. And I give you a couple examples. Number one is, if you're smoking oil, people call it dabs. If you're smoking dabs, you don't know that those dabs are pure. It's not pure oil. People use butane, they use other chemicals to extract these oils out of the marijuana, out of the weed, and then you're smoking it, you're putting it in your body, you're still getting that butane. That shit's not good for you. Like, there's no way for you to really verify the quality of the product that you're getting, even in states where it's legal. So mainly when I'm talking about you don't know what you're smoking, is for illicit drug users, meaning people who are buying weed on the street. They're buying it in their hood, they're buying it in states where it's illegal. Right now, I live in New Jersey. It's not legal for you to you can't go to a store and just buy marijuana. There's no quality control on it. So really, out here in the streets, anybody could put anything into your weed and you don't know what you're smoking. That's just really the reality of it. Like, people could put anything they want in it. And just growing up and being from where I'm from, I've seen and heard of people putting different stuff in weed to make it heavier, so they can get more bang for their buck when they're selling it. I've seen and heard of people putting stuff in weed to try to make it stronger, and I've seen and heard of people putting stuff in weed to actually try to give you not even that it's gonna make the weed stronger, but just to give you the impression that it is some strong weed, or it is some good weed. So things like laundry detergent, some people will get a bag of weed, they open it up and it smells like Dawn dish detergent, and they think, damn, that's fire, like this shit is loud. Like, nah, that shit probably really has soap on it, probably really has detergent on it, and I mean, it's not good for you. Like, it's just not good for you. This is coming from a person who has smoked before, has smoked cigarettes, and even I still smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke regular cigarettes. Like, I only smoke cigarettes that don't have any of the extra chemicals in it, as quality control and quality assurance behind the anything that I put into my body. I want to know exactly what it is. I don't want to be smoking any extra chemicals. And why should you do that if you're going to be smoking weed? And I talked about the illicit drug uses. Even if you are getting your weed, say, from what you believe is a quality source, because you live in a place where it's recreationally legal, the fact is that even in places where it's recreationally legal, that they have found that the soil that they grow this weed in is full of heavy metals like lead. So we all know that consuming lead is not good for the human body. So there's that. But a lot of people, they'll dismiss all this, like whatever, like they'll just believe because it's weed, it comes from the earth, that it's good for you. Like it's a lot of stuff that comes from the earth that's not good for you. So that's another reason right there, like, is you really don't know what you're putting into your body. Another reason why you should stop smoking weed is, and this has to do with that lack of motivation and complacency and lack of ambition too, it ties right into it, is that you're out of shape. Like, you sit and you smoke, you get out of shape, you don't exercise. And don't get me wrong, like, if this doesn't apply to you, then don't take it personally. Like I said, you know, everybody's different. But if this is something that's to you, then maybe you should think about it, because a lot of the people that I know that smoke, they're gaining weight, they're out of shape, they can't run a mile, and it's TV. You know, they eat junk food, they eat a bunch of shit that's not good for them, and they're okay with it because they're high. And that shit is terrible. Like, you want to live a long, happy life, like, you need to get up and do something with yourself. You need to exercise. You need to go outside and like enjoy other things in life other than sitting on the couch smoking weed, getting fat. Like, we live in a country in a time where obesity and heart disease is like all-time #1 killer, and high rates of obesity in children, and that's just not the example that we need to be setting for the children. Is that, you know, it's okay to be basically a fat slop. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I joined the military in the past year, and physical fitness is very important in the military. But even before I joined the military, like, I don't agree with people who let themselves go like that. Like, I just think that that's just really not good. Like, you need to actually take care of yourself, and weed enables people and makes people feel comfortable with being out of shape, and that's just terrible to me. Like, so that's another reason right there. It's like, you know, you're out of shape, you eat bad, you don't eat good food. It's something to think about. Like, if you do, are you really good? And you may be happy in the moment while you're high, but are you going to be able to live a long, happy life if you just continue to just keep smoking and not taking care of your body? Another reason number 4, why you should stop smoking weed is because you ain't got no damn money. Yeah, I said it. You fucking broke. You ain't got no money. And some people may say, oh, I got money and whatever. Yeah, you might have some money. You might not actually be broke. So like I said, if any of these don't apply to you, then don't take it personally. But if this does apply to you, then you maybe need to take a look in the mirror and think about it. But even if you do have money, you could have more money. I have a way of or kind of like an understanding of life and finances, and I kind of had an epiphany on this maybe like a year or a couple years ago. Basically, when I got a little bit older, I realized through education and reading and stuff like that, that, you know, there's really only 2 things you can spend your money on. And that's, you know, or I should say 3. There's really 3 things you can spend your money on. Number 1 is depreciating assets, or not depreciating assets, depreciating we call them liabilities. We call them liabilities, depreciating liabilities. So this is anything that you spend your money on, that when it's done, you throw it in the trash, or once you spend your money on it, it's just going to decrease in value the whole time. What's up, human from Earth? Then on the other hand, you have appreciating assets, and this is stuff that you spend your money on that as time goes on, you're going to get more money from it, or you're going to be able to sell it for more money, or it's going to be worth something later on down the line. And then the third thing would be like food, clothing, necessities, things that you don't have a choice. You have to spend your money on these things. Now, I say I had an epiphany. My epiphany was that why would I want to spend my money on anything that basically does not net me more money? Like, if you want to be broke, if you don't want to have anything in life, if you don't want to better yourself, if you don't want to have a higher your standard of living, then you'll just continue to spend money on depreciating things that depreciate over time, and liabilities, things that cost you more and more money the longer you keep putting your energy, your time into them. And weed is one thing that you spend your money on it and you literally burn it and it's gone. You burn it or you eat it and it's gone. So unless you're using it for a medicinal purpose, then you're literally just burning your money away. So, I mean, I had to look at it, and I do this all the time. Like, I love to look at numbers of stuff, because sometimes you gotta look at the numbers of stuff to like make sense. And I ran numbers of like a person who would smoke like a quarter of weed every week. So that's like a gram of weed every day. Say you was smoking a couple joints or a couple blunts, gram of weed every day. That's upwards of $400 to $500 an ounce a month. I mean, unless you buying some serious, let's say you buying serious bulk, and it's you getting lower prices, like $200 or $300 for the ounce a month. Over a year, that's over $1,000. So if you smoke that much and then you just stop, what do you think you could do with an extra $1,000 at the end of the year? That you could buy, them extra Christmas gifts. You may even be able to put that towards a vacation. You could invest that money, and like I said, something that actually is gonna pay you later. Or you could save. So these are things to think about. Like, do you want to stay broke for the rest of your life? You want to stay high and broke? Some people spend their last damn $10 on a bag of weed and a wrap, and they'll spend their $10 on a bag of weed, and then they gotta find somebody to buy the wrap for them, or go scrape up some coins so they could buy a Dutch. Like, that shit is whack to me, man. I don't know, like, y'all, this new school of being druggies and wanting to blow weed, smoking to the camera and all of that. It's just whack. Like, it's corny, and you look broke. Like, stop doing it. Number 5. And number 5, this is probably, like I said, I'm gonna point out the ones that I think is like bigger. Number 5 is society is laughing at you, man. And like I said in the last one about looking broke, is society is clowning you. Like, regardless of people thinking like, oh, it's cool, like it's the trendy thing to do, which I guess it is. That's what they're pushing nowadays, is for people to be fucking drug addicts. But the fact of the matter is, the real society, the majority of people who don't smoke weed and they don't subscribe to that, they have real jobs, real careers, real businesses. They don't want to deal with you. Why do you think even in the places where it's illegal for you to smoke weed, a lot of jobs, they're still going to drug test you? And if you come up positive for marijuana, you're not getting the job. maybe it's because they know, or not even that they know, is that they believe certain things about you as an individual because you smoke weed. So society is watching. They're not thinking good things about you, and they're, maybe it's right or wrong. Call it what you will, but they're judging you. Like, people are judging you, and it's a character choice for you to smoke weed, and it's a certain behavior that goes along with that. And people and business, companies, they don't want to be involved with you. And this goes out to especially Black people. The image that you give off as a person that's smoking weed all the time and you're high, is not a good one. Like, and I think most people know that, but they're dismissive about it. Maybe they're not, but it's not a good image that you give off when you're a fucking stoner and all you do is sit around and smoke weed. You have no ambition, you have no goals, you're not career oriented, you don't want to spend your money on anything that's going to better your future for yourself and for your children and your family. So it's it's really painting a picture for the rest of the world when all you do is sit up and smoke weed. And like I said, that's, whether you think that's right or wrong for people to judge you, you should be aware that that's what's happening. Like, people are looking at you in a certain way because you're smoking weed, and it becomes a part of your character. So those are my top 5 reasons why you should stop smoking weed. If these reasons don't apply to you, if you feel as though you're one of those high functioning potheads or whatever, where you're smoking it for medicinal purposes, or whatever the reason you feel as though this doesn't apply to you, then cool, like, that's fine. This is not for you. But everybody else, man, you need to really take a look in the mirror. And I'm not trying to be all high and mighty as if I'm better than anybody, because like I said, I did it too. But really, sometimes it takes somebody else pointing out certain things for you to actually take a look at yourself and see what's going on, assess the situation, and make a better decision for yourself. So, stop smoking weed. If any of these apply to you, stop smoking weed. It's not worth it. Your happiness, your livelihood doesn't depend on it. You actually may end up being a much happier, healthier, wealthier person if you stop smoking weed. And as a bonus, before I turn this live off, as a bonus, I want to throw out another reason. And I think that this one is a big one. And I know this is the top 5 reasons, which is why I didn't, I'm including this one as a bonus. People nowadays are smoking weed to cover up and mask mental illness, which is a huge, very big issue that's facing society right now. It's mental illness. I believe that mental illness is the reason for a lot of the turmoil that we have going on in the world right now. Like, without mental illness, if people were mentally healthy, then we wouldn't have as many of the problems that we have. We have people like, the violence, the problems with violence, just anything you can think of, kind of trace that back to the fact that there's so much mental illness in the world. And people use weed to cover up their mental illness and to mask it. And that is a terrible thing that, I just want to point that out before I get off this stream. So, think about all those things. And if you're a person that has mental health issues, I'm actually going to find a hotline, and I'm going to tag it in this video later on tonight when I get back to the crib. I'm gonna tag some, a link or a phone number for you to actually get help if you do have mental illness. If you're depressed, if you're going through something, you need to talk to somebody. I'm gonna put that out there for people to get help, because I really do believe that people use weed as a crutch for mental illness. So that's also a reason to stop smoking weed. But that's all I have for y'all right now. I'll probably be back later and speak on another topic. Um, so hope y'all enjoying y'all day and staying drug free and healthy. Get outside, go for a run. If you're in New York, New Jersey area, it's beautiful outside right now. It's abnormally warm. I'm actually at the park right now. So get out there and do something with your life.